All right. Good afternoon, everybody. It is pretty much right at noon on Saturday, December 23rd. Just wanted to make a video. This will be my first FSD drive on 11.4.9. As a few of you know, I got the update late last night, and I couldn't wait. I was itching to get out there and try it out. Obviously, you're not going to get anything good out of that because literally I'm the only person well, I shouldn't say I'm the only person on the road, but everybody else that's on the road at 11 p.m., few and far. There's not many, and those that are on the road probably shouldn't be there. I probably shouldn't have been there either. So anyway, yeah, this will be the first FSD drive on 11.4.9 that'll actually have some traffic, some pedestrians. So we'll see how it does. I definitely want to try a few things out. I think traffic circle. We have a traffic circle in the neighborhood. I want to see how it does on that. Narrow roads that don't have lines. We've got a few of those obviously around here. Lane drift. I really haven't had much of an issue with lane drift, but there is one place where I've had it occasionally. So maybe I'll drive by that just to see how it reacts, and if it looks like there's going to be any lane drift. And then just overall, like, the primary thing, creeping speed, how confident is it accelerating into turns left and right, especially unprotected lefts. And then the nag, right? So, obviously they haven't gotten rid of the nag. That would have been front page news. But just to see if there's any difference in the volume of nags or the frequency upon which they come. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I think what I'm going to do first is just a very typical scenario for me is to go to HEB. It's about three to 4 miles from here. I've got to go through quite a few of the things that I just rattled off. So, yeah, let's give it a shot. Take me to HEB on North Park Drive. Okay, there we go. And we're off. Really overcast today. It's been overcast for the last 2 to 3 days, so, but no rain. The rain has held up. All right, we are on one of my main neighborhood roads here. As you can see, no lines in the road, but it's also very wide, so FSD usually doesn't have too much of an issue even without the painted lines. Take a left up here. Very smooth. Take an immediate right. Very smooth. I'll acknowledge no oncoming traffic for either, so not a huge degree of difficulty there, but nonetheless, it took those very, very smoothly. Here's the traffic circle. I don't know, we don't have any other cars, but let's see it. We're slowing down, we're yielding, and perfect. Perfect. It took it at 15 miles an hour. It went from 30 down to 15. Took the traffic circle at 15, and that was perfect. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but under previous versions, it would doggone near come to a complete stop before going into the traffic circle, with or without other cars. So that was really, really smooth. That's about the smoothest I've seen it do a traffic circle. Okay, we Got a right turn up here, and a pedestrian, and another car. All right, very smooth. Now we got an immediate left, but we got to come to a stop first. All right, you can go. That was a little slow. That's all right. Yeah, on that one, that left right there, I don't know why it was taking a few more seconds, because there wasn't another car there. But again, not a huge deal, just not as smooth as those other turns. So now we are on a bit of a narrower road. More narrow, there you go. A more narrow road. As you can see, I'm speeded up there a little. Shoot. What the heck, dude? Okay, go ahead. This is a 30 mile per hour speed limit here. I'm going 35. So he's, all right. And that's karma for you, bud. As soon as he did that, somebody pulled out right in front of him and went slower than me. Karma, karma, karma. Chameleon. Karma, 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 chameleon. Anyway, all right. We're going to take a ride up here. Very smooth, very smooth. Now we are going to come to a stop sign, take an unprotected left over railroad tracks, then another unprotected left onto a generally fairly busy county road here. This is definitely, at least for my area, in this kind of rural area, this is probably one of the more complicated things that FSD tackles, but it usually does pretty good here, so we'll just see. I got to come up to the stop sign. We got a car coming, so we need to not go yet, but they're turning left, so now we can go. And there we go. Right, moving up Cretin Ford stop sign. Oh, we got an oncoming car, and let's go. Perfect. That was very, very smooth. That was smooth. All right, that was pretty good. Again, on 11.4.7.3, always handled that mechanically 100% accurately, but could be pretty jerky and hesitant, and take about 5 or 6 seconds to figure out what it wants to do. That was okay. It's slowing down a little bit there. Not sure why it slowed. Now I know why it's slowing down here. So we got cars in the coming into the highway. We're gonna take a right here, but yeah, that was a little bit smooth. It was still a bit jerky. Still had its jerkiness, but overall, just smoother than previous versions. So, like I said, I can tell with each and every version, and heck, even within some versions as weeks go on, things just get smoother. It's like boiling a frog, right? It never happens all at once. It's just like, you know, over time, a little bit here, a little bit there, and then the next thing you know, you're 3 months later and your car's doing things it could never do before. All right, we've got sheriff's vehicle here. We're gonna slow down a bit for him, obviously. Good job. there's our first nag. And that was, okay, that was our first nag, and we are 9 minutes in to the drive. Now, that being said, I probably need to put an asterisk by that 9 minutes, because when we were on that narrow road, I tried to beef up my speed a little bit. So let's just put an asterisk, but still 9 minutes into the drive to get the first nag. That's interesting. So I guess we could, let's just, instead of putting an asterisk by it, let's just say that I probably took the place of a nag there. So we'll say 9 minutes in, 2 nags, even though I didn't actually get the nag, but I don't want to, whatever. You can either put an asterisk by it and call it 1, or take the asterisk away and call it 2. But either way, we're about to turn left into the HEB parking lot here. This will end up being, well, first of all, let's see if we can make it through the light. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, go, go, go. Ah, well, you did the right thing, because if you'd have gone right now, we would be, yeah, okay. That's my bad. You did the right thing, FSD. Sorry, I should not have egged you on like that. Because had she gone ahead and run it, I guarantee you she would have stalled out right there. I'd had to take over and intervene, so she did the right thing. But what we'll do here is we'll turn left into the HEB parking lot. I don't actually have to go to HEB today. I just wanted to go this route to see how FSD 11.4.9 did, since there's a few obstacles there. What I'll do is I'll have it take a path going to a location near my home that goes by an area. It's the only area I know of in where I live where occasionally you get the lane drift. And so I want to test that out, go by that specific area and just see how the lane drift does there, or if there is any lane drift. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, or I should say fortunately, I'm not the best person to test out lane drift. I just don't have it around here much. All right, and we are pulling up into the HEB parking lot. I think the navigation is going to take us all the way up to the stop sign up there. Yeah, that's what it's showing. Or maybe past the stop sign, I don't know. But I'm going to go with it. We're in the parking lot now. I'm going to go ahead. Okay, got us resituated here in the HEB parking lot, away from other cars. I wanted to get obviously I was holding up other cars there going into HEB, so I kind of wanted to get over to a place where there weren't as many cars. So let's go try out another route. Oh, and by the way, I guess if you're counting, where are we going? Okay. It wants to go through, okay, it's going a shorter route, but the shorter route goes right through a parking lot. But it's doing well. Let's get through this parking lot first, and then I'll do a debrief of a few things from the from our first segment, I should say. Tell you what, it is navigating this parking lot like a champ. Very good. Okay. I thought I was going to have to completely get out of that's why I got all the way over there, because I thought I was going to need to get out, close to out of the parking lot. And I was like, you didn't have to do all that. Shoot, sorry about that. I didn't even have to shut off the video the last time. I could have just pressed the button again. Nice. Okay. I don't know if that's 11.4.9 thing, maybe just a navigation thing. That was really good. Okay. Getting a lot better with parking lots. I've noticed that. Definitely getting better with parking lots. One thing really interesting, again, put an asterisk on it, but that was about a 11-minute drive from my house, or right around my house, to HEB. I got nagged once. But like I said, you could either put an asterisk on that one or just give me another one, you know, because I did click up the speed a bit when we were on that narrow road. That guy still went around me and got his karma, right? A car going even slower than me got in front of him. But anyway, that's beside the point. So yeah, one nag for an 11-minute drive. So we'll see how it goes on this one. All right, hopefully the navigation will keep. There's the first nag on this one, 3 minutes in. So that was a little quicker. We were 3 minutes into this leg of the trip before it gave me the first nag. All right, got a little slowdown here for people turning left into the divider lane. I'd like us to stay in this lane because this is coming up here in about a half a mile is the only place where I've ever experienced anything close to lane drift. So again, just want to give my little benefit to it if I can. I'm probably going to be the least helpful person on lane drift, as I mentioned before, just because I don't experience it, even on 11.473. But in the one place where it would occasionally happen, I'd like to drive by there and see. That one came about 2 minutes in. So that first leg was real interesting. One nag in 11 minutes, and here I'm 5 minutes into this drive and I've already got two. That probably has to do more with how much traffic's around me. So, all right, here's where the only place I've ever experienced any lane drift. Let's see how we do. Let's see how we do. Stay straight, stay straight, stay straight, stay straight. She stayed straight. Again, I'm probably not, this probably wasn't that helpful to you, but this was the one lane. This lane right here is where I would occasionally, because if you're going down this road, you're just going to keep going straight, you know. But it would veer over to this left lane, which is only for turning left. So I guess that's, you know, akin to the lane drift issue that some folks have noticed. So I don't know if that helps at all, but for me, the one area where it could have possibly happened, it didn't happen. And it didn't even show it trying. So that's the other thing. I was watching the blue line. It was not like, you know, darting back and forth trying to make a decision. It just stuck true straight. So that's good. Here's another nag. About 7 minutes in. A little bit south of 7 minutes. 3 nags. So yeah, back to the normal every 2 to 3 minutes. That's been my normal volume. Frequency is about every 2 to 3. Whoa, what was that? I don't know why it kind of There must have been something. It kind of jerked over to the right there a little bit. Now, there's one other thing. We're going to make a left into, this is another way into my neighborhood. There's one area here where it's a 30-mile-per-hour speed limit throughout the entire neighborhood, but there's one spot where, for whatever reason, it thinks it's 40. And so it speeds up to 40 for about a quarter of a mile and then slows back down to 30. And I don't know why it's been doing that, because I don't see any 40-mile-an-hour speed limit signs around. Well, right here, it's going 40 here, but this is 40. We're about to, it'll slow, there we go. Now it just slowed down to 30. This isn't what I'm talking about. That actually was a 40 back there. So now we're about to go past the high school here, one of the high schools in the area, and we will go into the neighborhood. But again, I want to see, so right now it's showing 30. There's another nag, let me take care of that. Showing 30. Still going 30. Still going 30. Up, there it goes. It jumped up to 40. I don't know why. See? It just jumped up to 40. Thinking and there's no 40-mile-an-hour speed limit sign around here. And now it just went back down to 30. Like it should. I don't know why it's going 40 through there. So that has not been fixed. Not a huge deal, obviously, but still just kind of like weird. All right. We'll pull over here. So again, just a quick trip. I think this will all in all be about 20 minutes. Just wanted to try out a few things for on 11.4.9. So yeah, let me know what you think. Like I said, all in all, I thought that was pretty good. I mean, we did that 20-minute, about 18 to 20 minutes of driving there. Here, let me put my hazards on just so they, obviously no takeovers or interventions, but quite honestly, I know this is going to sound, whatever it's going to sound like. I don't really care about takeovers and interventions now, because quite frankly, and I'll acknowledge it, because I do live in a little less populated area of Houston. I just don't necessarily have, I can't remember the last time I had to do a takeover, and interventions are pretty rare. And I'll tell you, part of the reason interventions are rare for me is because I see how people drive in their day-to-day. The more you witness how people drive manually in your day-to-day, you care a lot less about, I'll just leave it at that. And so I typically don't even have to intervene. Really, for me, it's more about the smoothness. It's about, how are you accelerating into left and right turns, especially unprotected lefts, creeping speed, stuff like that. So for me personally, it's becoming more about the nuance of the actual aesthetics of the drive, how it feels. I'm kind of done with takeovers and interventions. Sorry guys, I know a bunch of y'all out there in LA would love to just reach through the camera and punch me in the face for saying that, and I get it, because you have a much higher degree of difficulty. Believe me, I know now, because I drove in it for a week or so ago. But all I can do is drive where I live, right? And so yeah, for me, I think what I'm gonna do when it comes to that is, every once in a while I'll go to an area of Houston that may just be known to be more difficult, say like the Museum District. I haven't driven through the Heights that much yet. That would be a good thing. Obviously I just said Museum District, Montrose area. Downtown, unless it's at rush hour or like 5 p.m., that's actually very easy, because it's cookie cutter, just like this, boxes. So yeah, I thought it did a great job. It was definitely a lot smoother than the previous version. So yeah, let me know if y'all want me to do more of the, obviously do some live streams as well. I wanted to use the GoPro today just to get better footage, because I can live stream, but I have to do the iPhone, and I gotta push it all the way back in the car, and it's just not as good of a picture. So on this first drive, I wanted to have the best footage possible, and that's obviously going to be with the GoPro. So yeah, let me know if y'all want me to do any other similar drive. And for those of y'all that live here in Houston, let me know if there's a section of town that you want to do. Heck, DM me, hit me up, and I'll pick you up, and we can you can do a ride along. And yeah, I think a couple of y'all reached out for me on that. I know we've got the holiday week this week, so maybe a little bit difficult, but yeah, let me know. Okay, hope everybody has a great Saturday and a great holidays if I don't talk to you before then. Bye, everybody.